Welcome back, welcome back. This is Nicardo Media House. Today is the Media House football news. Good afternoon when you watch this video. Good morning, good evening, good night. Wagwan, hola, bonjour, privet. Whatever language you speak. Hello to everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support and everything. And if you don't watch that video yet, that I posted yesterday about Kylian Mbappe and about that Lionel Messi contract, you could check it out on the page. But a game played yesterday, which was Croatia versus the Netherlands. That game played in Feyenoord, and that game finished 4-2 in the favor of Croatia. It drew 2-2 in full time. Croatia went on and scored 2 goals in the extra time. So Croatia is in the final. They're waiting for Spain and Italy, which that game will play today. That kicks off at 2:45 p.m. Eastern time. That game also played in the Netherlands at FC20 Stadium. So the final will be on June 18, which is on Sunday. That game played at the Feyenoord Stadium in the Netherlands. Yeah, and the CONCACAF Nation League, there's a doubleheader today in Las Vegas. Tonight, Canada play the first game against Panama. You know, that start at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And America played one of their biggest rival, if people say their biggest rival, Mexico. That game kicks off at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Those games played in Las Vegas tonight. US have been unbeaten in these fixtures for the last 5 games. I think the last time the Mexicans won, it was back in 2019, something like that. But yeah, it's a good game to check out later. Lot of game later. So I want to move on to this serious transfer talks that Mason Mount. United have reportedly bid 40 mil for Mason Mount. They rejected. I don't know why, but I can see how Chelsea is sticking around. They want 60 to 70 mil for a guy that was underperformed. He was injured last season. He wasn't up to his best. As how he used to play. But for someone that have 1 year left on their contract and you want to try to stick up a club and say you want 60 or 70, it's ridiculous. But I hope United don't fall in that trap. We went into that trap a few times, with Alexis Sanchez, Harry Maguire, and list goes on. But Mason Mount is a very good player. He's a very good player for the Ten Hag system. He's a player that he press. He's very creative. He's energetic. He could play the number 10. He could play the number 8. He could play right between Bruno and Casemiro. But I think Ten Hag said he's a player that he really likes. Of many reasons. As I just said before, he's very energetic. He's very creative. He could do set pieces. He's a box to box player. But let's see how that one goes out. Cause I don't understand. You know, 70 mil, 60 mil for a player is ridiculous. He already got 1 year left on his contract, so I don't think United should ever go more than 50. 50 plus adds on, that's okay. But if they need more, you could just walk away and move on to another target. Mason Mount is a great player, but at first though, when I first saw that rumor that United want Mason Mount, he's not really my type of player. But I I review and I look back on how Ten Hag want his team to play, and I'm like, okay, I see why there's a lot of interest. He will suit the system a lot, but let's see how that one goes out, because United gonna come back in probably a week or so with a fresh bid, but let's see. Sticking there with Chelsea, Kai Havertz. This one is very funny because Arsenal reportedly want to negotiate with Chelsea, around that 60 to 70 mil transfer transfer fee, but I'm not I'm not feeling this one. To be honest, I'm not feeling this one because I can't see where Kai Havertz will fit in this Arsenal team. I can't see it. Reason for that, Kai Havertz, by the way, he can play as a number nine. He can play left wing. He could play behind a striker. He can play right wing. I don't see him as a player that can play the number eight position where you go box to box. I think he's a liability in when the team is out of possession, playing as a number eight. But Odegaard is a captain, right? He can play. No, Odegaard is a captain. He played at the number 10. Gabriel Jesus is a striker. All of these guys are Arteta main men up front. Saka, the right wing, is untouchable. You can't get that position. Martinelli is already over there with Leandro Trossard. So this is very, very interesting because I don't know what system will Arteta play to fit Kai Havertz in. And you can't buy a player for 60, 70 mil and put him on a bench. I don't think Arsenal that big of a club as yet like PSG or Manchester City where they buy a player for 50 mil and he's on the bench because someone there is better than him, but I don't know. I can't see Kai Havertz starting over Odegaard. I can't see Mikel Arteta playing him in that number eight. As I said, playing him in number eight will be a liability for your team when your team is out of possession and in transition defending. But maybe they're gonna buy a striker for 6 to 7 mil to back up Gabriel Jesus, which is Kai Havertz. I don't see that makes any sense. But let's see how that one goes because I really don't know. I really don't know how he's gonna fit in the system. I think I think I'm gonna get an Arsenal fan to come on the show to tell me, how Kai Havertz will fit in the system. Because Kai Havertz, these German players, he's kind of similar to how Thomas Muller played, but Thomas Muller is a more better player, more classy, more technical. He think the game. I don't know. His brain is so big. You think the game way different than Kai Havertz, but as I said, I'm gonna try and get a Arsenal fan to come on the show and give his perspective about how Kai Havertz will fit in this Arsenal team if they get him. But yeah, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. But there's a lot of key points there with Chelsea. Reports coming out last night. They're interested in the Gambian born Senegalese international, Nicholas Jackson. He's a striker. He played for Villarreal. He's very interested. He's very young. Last season was his breakout season where he played 35 games. He scored 12 goals. But he's a very young, talented African striker. He just started his international career for Senegal. But I never really seen this guy play before. I never really seen him play before, but he's a very interested one. But last January, last transfer window, 2023, Bournemouth um Bournemouth offer around 22 mil, and Villarreal agreed to the deal, but the player failed medical because of hamstring injury and stuff like that. But as I said, I never seen Nicholas Jackson play before. I don't really watch Villarreal much, but he's one to watch though. He's one to watch. The potential is there, but I don't know. Let's check it out. But Chelsea, it's all about Chelsea this morning. I think I should have get a Chelsea supporter on the show, but reportedly Lukaku and Koulibaly, Inter Milan want both players on loan. Immediately, Chelsea came out said, any bid made for them for a loan deal to be agreed, it's going to reject it. They don't want to sell these players. If they probably move them on onto a permanent deal. Lukaku already spent a season already at Inter Milan on loan. So yeah. Oh, sun is getting bright. Let's get the shades out. Yeah. So yeah, back on track. The Italian Nicola Barella. Hmm. Newcastle is very, very interested in this player. I think this guy will be a really marquee signing for the Newcastle team. Nico Barella is a very, very top player in the Italian Serie A. He's very highly rated in that league. He's one of the best midfielder in that league, and he will suit that Newcastle team very much because Newcastle likes to play the press. Moving in transition. He's that type of player. And what I really like about Nicola Barella is that his tactical awareness in the final third of the defensive final third and the attacking final third is very sharp. He could give you both defend and attacking wise. Moving forward on the counter and the transition. He's someone that will suit that team well, and it would mean Newcastle get an extra body in that midfield because if you're looking what happened last season when the Brazilian Bruno Guimaraes was injured, they kind of fell a little short. Not enough bodies with quality can be in that team. But they're going to be in the Champions League, so they're going to need quality players because they're going to come up against quality players and quality team. So reportedly, the deal should be around 50 to 60 for the transfer fee. But I think I really think they're gonna have to bid more money for Nicola Barella as Inter asking for around 70. But let's see how that one goes out. Let's see how that one goes out. But you know seeing this report, Joao Cancelo, it's kind of a mixed bag emotion right now with Manchester City and Joao Cancelo. I saw a statement that the club put out. They trying to sort out the situation before preseason. You know how City do their stuff. They don't really go into preseason with a lot of players and certain futures around. You see what they're doing with Riyad Mahrez. You know, if you're willing to pay them the money up front, they give you. They buy players. They already got money. They have a lot of quality players on the bench that can replace if Mahrez go. Phil Foden is there. Bernardo Silva is a fantastic player. He kept him out of the last quarter of the season. Riyad Mahrez, because he's on farm. But yeah, let's see how that Joao Cancelo deal goes out. But I think he will be a really good fit for Arsenal, even though Barcelona is very, very interested in the player. He could play left back, right back, but I don't think he really suit that Pep Guardiola system at this moment. I don't think he really trusts him. Playing that inverted wing back position, playing into the midfield from fullback to inside. Not many players can do that because the midfield is one of the hardest position on the field. It's you like the engine for the car. So if you're not running, the car can't start. But yesterday I talked about that Kylian Mbappe statement that he sent the PSG board a letter about he's not going to extend his contract and all of that, but he came out yesterday on Twitter retweeting to a I think to a statement that said he's leaving and he's going to go to Real Madrid, but he said, I don't want to leave PSG. All I have done is to tell them what they already knew, which is that I'm not going to extend my deal by another year. So I'm going to be out of contract next summer. I think as a player, you need to do that when reports coming out that you wanted to leave the club, go to another club. But it's kind of a little bit clever right there by doing that statement and commenting on that post that said that he's going to Real Madrid this summer and all of that. But he's trying to take all the fans off his back, let them know, hey, look, I'm willing to play next season. I didn't say I'm going to leave. All I said, I'm not going to extend my contract in the third year. So it's all in Kylian Mbappe hands. It's all in his hands. If you don't want to sign a deal, you don't have to sign it. Next summer you walk away for free and you're gonna pick the best club that suit your play, which I think one day you will go to Real Madrid. This is the club that you support. He went there on trial when he was 12 years old. They 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 bid for him a couple of seasons ago. The whole summer they chasing him. So at some point in his career, he's gonna go to Real Madrid. But it's very interested to see what's going on with Kylian Mbappe at PSG. But as I said, it's in his hands. He could stick around playing next season. If the club don't want to let him stay and he walk away for free, then this summer they're gonna have to ship him out, and which they're gonna collect probably over 100 million for him, and they could easily replace him. But so yeah, don't forget the Reggae Boys play today. They play Qatar in Austria. That game will play behind closed door. For some reason, all the Qatar games that they played on a non-FIFA date or a friendly date on a FIFA date, they played it behind closed door. What? They don't want anyone to scout them. The Qatar team is not really that big of a team. We played them, I think, a couple years ago. We drew. So we can beat them. But after that game, it will be same in Austria. We play Jordan. So these games are a preparation for the Gold Cup for the Reggae Boys. We kickstart our Gold Cup campaign against the America. That game will be a very good game. But you can get all your previews and reviews on this channel about the Reggae Boys. We will definitely go in the Gold Cup this season. As I said before in the last video, you're gonna see a tournament preview of the Gold Cup tournament. Who's a favorite, who is an underdog, stuff like that. So I hope you check that one out. But yeah, thank you for watching. This is Nicardo Media House. This was a Media House football news. Thank you for the support on all the videos. Thank you for everyone that's giving me good comment, liking the video, sharing and everything. Thank you for the support. Ciao.
In the city life, I'm feeling so alive. Drifting around the corner, got them shades on my eyes. It's a pretty little thing by my side that's flawless. Why you niggas still chasing road?